Hey budget fam, welcome to the Anonymous Budgeter. If this is your first time here, welcome and thank you for watching this video. And if you are a returning subby, thank you so much for stopping by again. I really do appreciate all the support. Here on my channel, I'm documenting my debt payoff journey towards paying over $160,000 in student loans. I'm also sharing a lot about my personal finance, my financial goals, and my journey to financial independence and peace. So if this is something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing to the channel as well as giving this video a thumbs up. And let's get into this video, which is going to be a check-in for week 3 for the month of May with my expenses. So let's get into the video. So as you guys can already see here, I've already done like the highlighter method just because it just makes it a little bit more efficient and I don't have to spend too much time kind of like going over a lot of things. So let's just get into the nitty-gritty of things. So I'm going to grab my little highlighter. So I didn't have a lot of categories for week number 3, which was from May 12th to the 18th. So we started off the week with $1,145.40. That was the week of Mother's Day weekend, so I had a lot of like miscellaneous expenses for gifts. One thing about that weekend with the Mother's Day gifts that I had to buy, I initially had to use my Ally debit card, but I couldn't for the life of me find my Ally debit card, so I just ended up using my regular Chase debit card. So that's why all these expenses are on there, and I definitely went over the budget for the Mother's Day spending, and that was like my bad. But you know, the lady gets what she wants, so I had to like, you know, do some damage at Sephora and get a little bit of extra things for her. So yeah, but no regrets. She literally enjoyed and loved all her gifts, so I was really happy to see my mom happy, so that was really cool. And so basically what I'm probably going to do is I'm gonna take that money to pay myself back, but I'll tell you guys how I'm gonna do that because I have to go over some like little IOUs and like miscellaneous expenses that I did not budget for. So let me just show you for the breakdown. So as you can see here, in regards to like the spending tracker, so like I said, I only had just a couple of categories, and in terms of my deposits, week 3 I actually got paid. So I got paid $3,382.95, which is a little bit more than I usually get paid, but remember earlier in the year I did get a raise, so I'm thinking that that's why it's a little bit higher, because I haven't worked any extra hours or anything like that, so that's really good. For groceries categories, I did hit up Walmart. Yeah, I hit up Walmart twice, I guess. So that's all the grocery shopping that I've done. Because I do live back home now, I will say that I'm not doing like a lot of grocery shopping or a ton of grocery shopping, and yeah, which is always really nice, but I do contribute to that. And then I do have like a grocery like cash envelope as well as a household cash envelope, so like sometimes my mom and I will go to BJ's and then we'll do like bulk shopping and we'll just split that 50-50. In terms of gas, last week I spent about like 40 bucks for gas, so $39.48, so just under $40, which is really good. Gas is definitely on the up and I hope it doesn't get more expensive. One little tip that I have for people, you know, where you're in an area where gas is pretty expensive, try to see if they have any rewards program at a gas station that you frequent. I know sometimes, well, at least for me, I have like my favorite gas station and I do get like 10 cents off every time I do pump gas when I use their little rewards code. So that's something that you can look into. Every little bit helps, trust me. And then I also had personal, so I budgeted about like $100 for personal, so I've already like maxed that out. This one was pretty expensive because I did end up like buying some hair. Yes, I sure did. So I ended up purchasing hair like this category, and then I also had like a credit card charge here where I also spent $77.79. Oops. So this credit card charge here of $187, that includes my Metro PCS, which is $110, and I also spent $77.49 to buy like hair product, well, oh wait, basically online. So that is also like a miscellaneous expense. I have to definitely update that and include that $77 in there, because I don't put like credit card payments on there because I feel like it's going to be double dipping, so I have to account for that there. So I'll definitely fix that off camera. And another, yeah, so for personal, I had $120.79. So for my personal spending, I did end up spending something at CVS. I went to the Dollar Tree. That's probably like for Mother's Day, like I had to buy a gift bag and some things. And then again, I went to like the beauty supply store and I bought another wig, so I got two on hand. And then I also spent, I think I bought gum at CVS or something like that, which is whatever, $2.03. Gum is like really expensive now. Like I remember buying gum for like 50 cents. I don't think there's any gum that's under $1, which is kind of crazy. And then again for my miscellaneous expenses, I spent up just under $400, but it's definitely more than that because I have to account for that $77.49 plus the $399.25. So that should actually be $476.74 that I spent. And again, when you use credit cards with your budget, you have to be like so careful when you like how you account for like credit card charges, as well as also when you pay for it with your debit card, because you don't want to be like double dipping with the payments and things like that. So it's really important. So I try to break down the credit card expenses and put them in their actual categories, and I try to not use my credit card too much, just because it just gets too convoluted and confusing. So yeah. So anyways, that was pretty much it in regards to the weekly check-in and the breakdown. Sorry, there's a plane flying overhead and I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's pretty loud. Okay, but anyways, like I was saying, that is it for the weekly check-in in regards to like all my spending. I'm going to close out week 3 spending. So I only account for the spending total, which is actually the transactions that actually came out. So I'm basically going to add up all these charges. Okay, so after doing all my calculations, my spending total was $592.38, but that does not include my $187.49 that I paid towards my credit card. I'm only tracking like transactions where I like actually spend money, not like my credit card payments. So I didn't include that charge in my spending total. So for that week, I had a spending total of $592.38. My remaining balance in my account, that's when I count like everything in there, every transaction, even the credit card. So my starting balance was the $1,145.40. So my starting balance was $1,145.40 plus my deposit. So that was all the inflow that I had for that week. And then I subtracted it from like all the total expenses and charges, which included basically all of these, which included like my personal spending, miscellaneous, gas, groceries, and the Chase credit card. And then what I had remaining in my bank account was $3,748.48, which would actually be what I would be starting off my next week number 4 with. So that should be, and I think that's what I had in my bank account anyways. Now, I mentioned that I have some IOUs for myself. So let's get into that. So I owe you. Okay, so I owe myself some money because there's some expenses that I had accounted for namely like my Mother's Day expenses that I was supposed to take off from my sinking funds, but because I couldn't find my debit card, I ended up using my Chase debit card, which is like my normal debit card where I do most of my spending, but that was not supposed to be the case. Also too, in the month of May, my Progressive, which is my car insurance, came out, and I wasn't saving like a cash envelope for that because I had enough money in my auto savings account, whereby I was like, I'm just gonna take the money from there and then I'll start fresh for the next payment for my car insurance. That's going to be due in November. I'll do have the actual hard cash ready on hand, so I owe myself that money. I also owe myself money for my passport because I don't know why I thought getting my passport renewed would be like 35 bucks, but it's $130. And so I'm gonna take that money from my like travel or like vacation fund and pay myself back, because $140 is like a little bit too steep for a passport. So I'm gonna take that money back, okay? And then I also had like spent money for family which was not budgeted, and I'm gonna take that from my savings account as well, which is the money again from my auto savings. And yeah, so I want to pay myself back because I was putting extra money towards my student loans, and I was like, only $1,000, I get paid 3 times, and like, what is going on? So then I went back through my charges, and so this is like week number 2, which is kind of basically where all these charges came off. So like I had the family right here, and then the other $750, and then this is where I had also my Progressive came out as well. So where was it? Yeah, so that's like my Progressive biannual bill, which was $1,038. So I'm going to pay myself back. Some of it is going to come off from my like regular Chase savings account, and then the other ones are going to come out from my Ally Bank account, and I'll just make a note of that because yeah, I'm not going to be just paying $1,000 towards student loans. I'm just like, what is going on? So the first one is I had the family, which at first I had 108, and then I had taken out another $750. Then I also had my Progressive. So my auto insurance was $10.38, and then I had my passport. Yeah, the passport like really threw me off. I was like $130. Wow. And then my Mother's Day gifts, Mother's Day gifts, everything, when I counted everything, was like $269. So, and like I said, some of this is going to come out from like, so this is going to be savings, this is going to be savings, this is going to be through my savings, this is going to be Ally and Ally. And my Ally bank account is actually linked to my Nelnet account, so I can pull these two right from there and make the payment. And then these ones, I'll just put it to my checking account and then make the payments because I need my money. So I have 108 plus I have $750, 1038 plus 130 plus 269. So that's an extra, for a grand total of $2,295. So that's what I basically owe myself with these IOUs from all these miscellaneous expenses. And again, these were charges that I did not account for. They kind of were just, well, I did account for like the Mother's Day as well as my progressive charge, which is my auto insurance. I knew I was going to pull those, but then the family emergency one, wasn't really expecting that. And also my passport, I thought my passport was going to be like $35, at the minimum $50, but $130, yeah, no, I'm taking that from my cash envelope from my sinking funds for travel, and it's going to pay back itself. So yeah, but so I'm gonna do a deposit or a transfer of these ones, and then you'll see probably in the next couple weeks, or maybe if maybe for week number 4 or week number 5 you'll see some debt payments towards my Nelnet account, and that's going to be the reason why. But I'll like let you guys know for sure, because I do want to, again, I get paid 3 times this month. Like there's an extra paycheck, and I did intend on throwing at least minimum $3,500 into those accounts. So I really want to make sure that I prioritize that goal. And I'm really grateful that I do have savings, which is why, you know, when people are like, oh my gosh, you only need $1,000 in savings and yada yada, I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work out for me. And so yeah, this is the exact reason why I always like having a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of cushion. And yeah, it's gonna deplete like my savings, because at heart I'm literally like a money hoarder, and I really like seeing my savings balance like big and comfy. But again, this is what it's for. So yeah, and that is about it. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to check in with my, you know, week 3 check in with you guys. Week 4 is, she's going, so we'll see how I close out the week. But that's it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know down below. Let me know how you guys are going through your week so far. How has May been for you? I feel like May has been a little bit spendy. Definitely, I'm trying to not overspend and really stick to my budget, but you know, sometimes this life just be lifing. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Happy Saturday, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.